I'm wearing fluffy socks.
Shut the door. Let's get this going.
When we get back into this news, right over here. Sorry, I'm looking for the correct article. I'm pretty new to all this, but I gotta say I like doing it, and I like having my own independent thoughts and being my own independent person. David Hogg said that it's great that corporate America is standing with him. Of course corporate America is standing with you. I mean, you're this young revolutionary having all these new ideas and the establishment hates you, right? I don't think so. Corporate America is standing with you. I don't think you can call yourself much of a revolutionary if 98% of the people that you talk to say that you're a great intellectual. Well, David, I think you're a stunning intellectual, and that's why I want you to come on the show and debate me. Name the time, name the venue, name the place. I can't wait. Please, come and debate me. That's what I want. And for anyone listening, tweet David Hogg. Tell him, ask him, why won't you debate me?
And that's a bigger question, Rex. Why won't he debate Fox News? Why won't he debate adults? Why does he go on these scripted programs and deal with this type of stuff? I mean, that's an important question.
Yeah, you can, Dad, go take your phone call, whatever's going on. Listen, David, you've been in your echo chamber for so long. You sit perched in a CNN green room where people around you just agree with you and feed you lines and stroke your ego. Well, even Fox News, you won't go on there because maybe one of the radio hosts on there, well, maybe one of the TV hosts on there, maybe Sean Hannity, maybe he wouldn't exactly agree with you on everything that you said. Oh my God, Tucker would just make this face at you for about 30 minutes over the course of your entire interview. He would make this face at you and he'd stare into the camera and he would embody how I feel about you, like on the outside. Tucker Carlson is an awesome guy, and I feel like you should go on his show too. I mean, Hogg, if you're such a great activist, if you're such a great rebel with all these great points, you should go on shows with dissenting opinions and show them how they're wrong. But see, I don't think you can do that because you don't have any facts on your side. You just repeat everything on the Everytown website until your tongue turns blue, and then you go back behind the curtain. Well, David Hogg, I say no more of you hiding behind the curtain. I say, come on the show and talk to me. Talk to me. Hey, we're two young people. We are not millennials. We are Generation Z. Please, David Hogg, even come on the show live. I'd love to give you a big old hug and shake your hand. Man, I want to have a reasonable discussion. And I feel like that's what we need to do as a country. And even though you said things that are despicable and almost evil, making apologies to the sheriff, and things that are just plain disrespectful, like your unscripted interview that didn't go too well with those two people. I can't remember what media outlet they were from, where you referred to adults as dumb effers and told them that, and referred to them as so stupid they don't even know how to run our own democracy. Well, we don't live in a democracy. We live in a constitutional republic. You would know that if you've ever opened like a third grade history book, but I guess you haven't done that, have you, David? You're probably too busy sitting in the backseat of a SUV, tweeting about things you don't understand, and then stepping outside of the car and just really thinking about how great you are. That's probably your whole existence.
I'm throwing this on you. I'm gonna chime in real quick.
All right. This is Zimmerman. He's a great individual.
A couple of the videos are filling in for Owen on the War Room. Very casual today. Got called up here to shoot this video with Alex and Rex. But I've known you for going on 3 years now.
Yeah.
I've seen you grow from 12 years old making the drone reports to what you're doing now. And I read some of these articles this morning, and I've got to say it's pretty ridiculous because I went with you to the Capitol the other day to shoot this video of your challenge to David Hogg, and I was giving you some suggestions because I've produced a lot of videos.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, that's this guy's job. He's good at his job. I love Zimmerman.
But that's the thing. It's like I was giving you some suggestions of, maybe you could phrase something this way, or this is how we could, present this. But
Oh my
you
God,
had
that's
already-
so horrible.
Well, that's the point I wanted to make though is that
You're
you
scripting me.
you had already wrote it yourself and you showed it to me and you're like, all right, this is the idea. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. But no one was making you do anything. You weren't brainwashed by anyone. This was your idea. You came to the office the other day. You had a day off of school and you came to the office and you wanted to shoot a video about these things. And I've done other videos with you in the past, and actually at one point, you couldn't do certain videos because they were, too political. But behind the scenes, you've had the same political opinions that are of your own.
When talking about this, here's one thing I'm just gonna say real quick. There's a lot of things that can't necessarily be talked about right now, about certain individuals online and on the media saying certain things about me. I'm not going to make a statement on that.
Sure.
I'm taking the high road here. I don't want to get involved. Those people can have their opinions. I don't care. I'm sure that we'll probably address that later, sometime in the future. But the thing that really ticks me off is that people are saying that my opinions aren't my own and trying to discredit me for having my own beliefs. And that's what's really making me mad.
Well, and they're trying to, some of these basically presented as if you don't have your own ideas. And as someone who's known you for a couple years now and has known you off the air, I've traveled with your family. I've spent a lot of time at your family's home.
Does he do anything I say?
No, you were just having to get onto him for some. Sit up straight, Rex. It's like I'm young. I'm a young person too. I'm 23, but you are pretty much exactly how I was at 15. You're a 15-year-old and you want to be your own person. You want to do your own things. He has exactly. You have your own identity.
Who demanded to come on air this week?
Here's what happened. I was sitting at the breakfast table at about 6 a.m. I usually wake up around 5. I go to the gym and stuff. I was sitting there eating my Jimmy Dean sausage, and I was just scrolling through Twitter, and I saw some things that David Hogg had said about Laura Ingraham and others, and I was just like, this guy is an insane person, and no one is criticizing what he is saying because he's young. Hey, I'm young. How about I go on air, and how about I criticize him? Because maybe I should be allowed to do that.
Don't stay under a rock and don't call him insane. Don't get down to his level when he calls me names. All I've told you is to not be rude to him. No, keep going, Zimmerman.
Here's the
now
thing.
You're getting the mind controls. I'm telling you, don't be mean to Hogg.
Listen,
Only control,
I'm escaping. I'm escaping from my.
They'll flip that and say it's real. Zimmerman, you can sit back over there. It's good.
It's called a joke, people. We used to have those before people got upset and started crawling into their safe spaces. I'm sorry that I may offend you, but I am a free-thinking individual. I have my own ideas, and I don't regurgitate things on the Everytown website. I'm sorry that I'm not like that. I'll publicly apologize to David Hogg for not being a conformist. I will publicly apologize to David Hogg for not being a Marxist, Leninist, socialist.
But why is he allowed to say, people want to debate me, but they won't? And then he calls me cuss words and names, and they try to take down my channel, and I didn't call him names. Like, he's an adult. He's 18. He's on national television. How does he get to say everything, and then Laura Ingraham can't say he's whining?
Well, listen. Here's how this works. They are the only group. The liberals are the only group that are allowed to use identity politics to their advantage. If you are a minority, if you are a woman, if you belong to a ethnic group, then if you're a liberal, that is the only time that you're able to exploit that for political gain. Oh, you can't say that about me. I'm a young person. My name's David Hogg. You can't talk about me or else it's hateful. Oh, is that Laura Ingraham? Oh, she's a woman. Oh, we don't like her. How dare you criticize Lena Dunham? She's beautiful. I feel like it's this kind of disconnect. It's this double standard where this person...
No, the left is everywhere saying you should be taken off the air because you're young as they push all these kids out there.
Exactly. They've made these children, not just Hogg, but Emma and all the rest of them, these high school students, these icons. They've pushed them into the public sphere. They're public figures.
Oh, come on. Listen, I don't define myself as a child. I mean, I'm 15. I'm almost 16. They're a little bit older than me. If you were a junior...
By the way, guys, stand up. Well, what are you, Zimmerman, like 6'2"? 6'3"?
Yeah.
6'3", okay. I mean, look, Rex is 6'1" now. I mean, Rex is bigger than I am. I think you're like more like 6'4" than Zimmerman. Rex is 6'1" now. I mean, Rex is big.
Hey,
Here.
for the record, I'm 6 foot. Okay.
No, you're 6 foot.
No, he's getting my.
Alex in the shot here.
You're
You're
height
not a
shaming
small
me.
guy.
Here's the point: is I mean, this is
Listen,
I mean,
I am
it's my
obviously.
son right here, man.
I am obviously.
He's a man. He's got free speech.
Listen. I am obviously small and frail. My arms are not half the size of David Hogg's. They're in fact toothpick arms. He has Twizzler arms.
Well, one thing I like is that when
Not insult hog.
when your family was returning from your trip to Colorado, these two little, sniveling like
Oh my
liberals
God.
in Austin.
So we
these
were on
two
the
men.
plane. We were on the plane. We were on the plane getting on the way getting home.
Oh yeah. Dad.
Dad, all right, here's what's gonna happen. So we were sitting on the plane. I was getting ready. I was queuing up some Family Guy on my iPad, and this guy in a purple cat sweater. It had kittens eating ramen on it. This is not a joke. I think there might have been some soy milk spilled on it too. He walked up to us, and you could see his eyes like. Instantly, his vision changed when he looked at my dad, and he just goes, "Are you Alex Jones? I'd really like to give you a high five." And then real juvenile, as if he's like a 5th grader on a playground, my dad goes, "Sure." Holds up his hand. The guy, he tries to high five him, and the guy pulls away his hand, and is like, I guess his little buddy there laughed, and the guy just pulled his hand away like it was some juvenile joke. And my dad goes, "Whoa, why are you doing that?" And the guy goes, "You suck, you're fake news." And my dad was just like, "Can you stop? We're on the plane, ready to get home. We're just drove 4 hours to get to the airport. We want to go home." And this guy goes, "You're InfoWars. You're bigoted. How dare you criticize David Hogg?" Exact quotes. And my dad was just like, "Hey, you really need to go sit down." I'm like, "Hey, bud, do we have a problem here?" And he goes, "No, we don't have a problem." He starts walking down the aisle. He gets like 25 feet away. He goes, "Screw you, Alex Jones." Screw should be replaced by a word I can't say on air. And he literally skips away. He prances away. Then we get out, and we're at the baggage claim. The same guy is still there. He waited for us. He had all his bags and stuff. And he goes, "Hey, Alex, I wish you wouldn't be so hateful towards the Parkland shooting survivors." And you go, that's Alex back there. You go, "Whoa, I'm just trying to get my bags and leave. How have I ever been hateful?" He pulls out his phone to start recording, and he goes, "You're hateful. I don't want to talk to you. I hate you. I hate InfoWars. You're fake news."
His boyfriend goes, "Leave us alone."
His boyfriend goes, "Leave us alone."
They're in our face.
So we leave them alone, and I'm bringing bags to the car, and the guy walks up to me, and he goes, "What's up, bro? You want to throw down?" And I'll be frank, I could have kicked that guy's.
I would have liked to see that.
I could have kicked that guy's expletive right there.
I don't care they're gay guys. They said they were gay guys. They were pretty big gay guys. I mean, they were bigger than you, Rex. You're big. So my point is, they were like two dudes trying to attack my son. It's crazy.
Listen. So they go, "You want to throw down?" I was like, I said I was about to say sure, and then this old friend that we knew actually said, walked up to the guy and said, "Hey, do we have a problem here?" Because the guy was getting in my face. He started spitting on me.
Well, people are going to ask why I didn't help you. I was getting the bags.
He was getting bags. I was bringing bags to the car on my own.
Well, you already got the gate.
Yeah. This is what we're dealing with. Is this just kind of these?
Well, it's like Antifa attacking women. They thought because you were younger, they went and targeted you.
It's disgusting to see these people, and they've been emboldened, just like that guy in Seattle who poured hot coffee on you. Excuse me, on you.
Well, people are trying to say that didn't happen. That was staged. The whole coffee thing.
That guy looked like he could have been like Lord of the Rings movie. It was like Gollum's twin. Obvious.
Wait, Zimmerman, come tell the story about the coffee thing.
We're getting a little off topic here.
I'm wearing fluffy socks.
Shut the door. Let's get this going.